Rather lads, welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to brand new video. Arsenal have done their first signing of the summer, and that is David Raya for 27 million from Brentford. According to Fabrizio Romano, the deal is done and dusted. Both parties are happy with what is going on. We're going to be diving into some of the kits, actually all of the kits that Arsenal will be wearing next season. They absolutely look beautiful. I could be spending some money, this coming summer. And obviously, we'll be talking about the striker plans. Fabrizio says that Jesus is going to stay, according to his information. But Arsenal don't change their stance and don't change their mind. They're still going to sign a striker, and that is still on their cards as well. Alexander Zinchenko is wanted by Bayern Munich, in Germany. Is it time to sell Alexander Zinchenko? Lots of you in the comment box below have told me on recent videos that he's a guy that you don't want to see Arsenal playing again. So basically that means that I expect a lot of sell him right now in the comment box below. So let me know what you think about the stories. Do you think Jesus stays and we sign a striker? Do you think David Raya 27 million is the right move Arsenal have done to go ahead and agree with Brentford to sign him? And also, what do you think about Alexander Zinchenko? Right, so let's start off with the big one, which is the kits. Actually, the 2024-2025 kits are out. Not really out, but you can see that this is the final version of what we'll be wearing. Now, apparently, we are going to be putting on a black, kind of black and green next season away from home. I love the way the away kit. It really looks wonderful. But for me, it's the third kit, right? It's the third kit that is absolutely blowing my mind. It's kind of light blue. It's got a few stripes of purple in there. That kind of dark, dark blue as well on the words. It just looks fantastic. It really does. So, and I don't know why with Arsenal, it is always that third kit. It is always that third kit that looks fantastic. Look at this season. This season, the third kit is fabulous. Last season, but one, I think. Or last season, but one? Yeah. The black kit. It was the third kit. It was marvelous. It was absolutely giving me quality vibes. So again, I think Adidas have done a good job when it comes to our kits next season. That home kit is absolutely sick, and I'm going to be purchasing it, right? So I like the blue on the stripes. You're going to have a bit of blue. It's actually a recreation of the kit I'm wearing right now. So if you look at this kit, you look at this blue stripes on my shoulders, and then right here in the sides, you have a lot of white, right? You have a lot of white. So instead of the white, they've done a little bit of white, and they've done a little bit of blue in the sides. I like the kits. I'm not going to lie. I think we are going to have ourselves a glorious season in glorious kits. Now, talking about a glorious season, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the first signing of next summer has been confirmed, and that is the permanent transfer of David Raya from Brentford to Arsenal. So Fabrizio says that he understands the plan remains clear since last summer. David Raya will become an Arsenal player on a permanent deal from Brentford for 27 million. It's verbally agreed between parties. David Raya also wins the Golden Glove with 15 clean sheets this season, an excellent season for the Spanish international. So listen, 27 million for David Raya, that's good money. And I think financially it makes a lot of sense. Yes, Jens Lehmann came out and said he doesn't understand the decision to drop an informed, confident England goalkeeper to bring in a Spanish lad. Well, when you talk about Spanish players, you're not always in agreement with me. But what I agree with Jens Lehmann is what Arsenal have done this season, they could have done with Aaron Ramsdale in goal. But 27 million is a bit of a bargain. For a goalkeeper, 27, I think 25, 26 years of age, he's going to be an Arsenal goalkeeper if he doesn't get a drop-off for the next 10 years. We've seen it with Ederson. We have seen it with, with Alisson. And I think the new modern coaches, they have a specific prodigy of goalkeepers they like. Goalkeepers that are comfortable with football on their feet, goalkeepers that are comfortable to come off their line, goalkeepers that are comfortable to command, goalkeepers that are comfortable in the air, goalkeepers that want to throw the ball a little bit quicker, and goalkeepers that can actually assist games. And I think that is what David Raya is. Wonderful signing. I don't have a problem with it. I just think that, Brentford have just got themselves some 27 million right out of the blue. So he's our first signing of the season, and I hope we actually get more. Now, Fabrizio, talking about more signings, he says that Gabriel Jesus wants to stay at Arsenal, but the club remains interested in strikers for the summer transfer window. They don't have any distractions, and they don't want any distractions now during the title race. But then in June, the full focus will be on transfer targets, including a new striker. Nothing is changing Arsenal's plans at the moment. So that's according to Fabrizio Romano, and that's one of the things that I wanted to hear one of these weeks, or even this early morning, that Arsenal will sign a striker. Arsenal still have the same plans of getting in a new number 9, despite the fact that Kai and Jesus are there. Now, if you've seen the episode we've done today in the morning, I think this comes out at 4:05 p.m. I've just talked about Victor Gyökeres being a necessity for Arsenal in that episode. You can go and check it out. It's already out on the channel. And what I've said is that if you want to compete with Man City, who have an Erling Haaland that has scored 2 hat-tricks against Wolverhampton Wanderers in back-to-back seasons, this is the kind of signing you make, Victor Gyökeres. So Fabrizio says that Gabi wants to stay, and of course we did the full interview on Gabriel Jesus, and he said he wants to stay at Arsenal. He wants a full preseason, and then next season is going to be different. You can also check out that video on the channel where we talk about Gyökeres coming in and Gabriel Jesus going out. But for me, I think Arsenal are making the right decision. Regardless of the financial implications at the moment, we are making the right decision. You can keep Gabriel Jesus, one of the top earners at the club, no question there. You can keep him if you want him. But if you have a choice to bring in a striker or not, your only answer must be bring in a striker. And if you have a choice to bring in Gyökeres or Isak, then the channel, you guys can decide in the comment box below, because I was shocked when most of you told me that you don't want Alexander Isak because he's a mid-table striker, he's a mid-table club striker. And of course, Gyökeres and Isak, in my opinion, are not even at the same level. I think Isak has proven that he can actually give you that quality, more quality than Gyökeres at a big stage in the Premier League, right? But of course, what I care about now is that Arsenal are not changing their plans. They still want to sign a striker in the summer, and that is actually not going to change. If anything changes, I'll be the first guy to let you know. But at the moment, transfer plans don't change. Striker incoming, and Gabriel Jesus is going to be staying. Now, just a bit of some supplementary transfers that I've seen that have actually caught my eye. Alexander Zinchenko is actually going to be, not actually going to be, but is picking up interest from Bayern. And we all know the German Bundesliga would be a very nice avenue, would be a very nice place for Alexander Zinchenko. I don't agree with any of you who says that Zinchenko should never play for Arsenal again. I kind of feel like that is harsh, that is mean, rude, and a little bit myopic and short-sightedness. But I also disagree with the people who think that he's unsellable. I don't think he's unsellable. I don't think he's untouchable, right? So I think it's going to be onto Mikel Arteta. If he wants to bring in a new defender and Timber is fit, then you can let Alexander Zinchenko go. We brought him in for around 35 million. I think, for me, for 40 million, I would sell. 45 million, I would still sell. He's one of those players that the project is growing quickly and it's leaving them behind. So a move to Bayern would be an absolutely very good one for the player. He goes into a league that understands space. He goes into a league that, is dominated by Bayern. And Bayern dominate games, and Alexander Zinchenko dominates games, and Alexander Zinchenko loves to play, at a big stage. And listen, if he goes to Bayern, we will play him at some point in time. We will verse him at some point in time. And I hope he doesn't do the damage that that he's been doing to clubs when he's been at Arsenal, right? But I would fancy Zinchenko to stay. If I was given two options, sell him right now or keep him for another season, I would fancy him to stay. I would want him to live in a season or after a season where Arsenal have won some silverware, because that will increase the value of these players. Some of them from 30 to 50, others from 50 to 60. So Bayern interested in Alexander Zinchenko. I already know your answers. I already know what you're gonna tell me. But at least you can give me a reason why you think Alexander Zinchenko should be sold this summer. Now, Mikel Arteta was full of praise after Arsenal beat, I would say this arch rivals in form, Bournemouth, because and up until March, right? Not March, but in the second part of the campaign, there is no team that has picked up more points, right, than Bournemouth, apart from Arsenal and Man City now. I think City because they won yesterday and Bournemouth didn't win. So Arsenal and Man City are the only informed teams apart from Bournemouth in the second part of the campaign. So it was always going to be a big occasion to get rid of them. So Mikel Arteta spoke about the game not being easy, and he said, "I never expected it to be. We started the game with probably the best half we have played all season. I think we were unbelievable. We were super composed on the ball, really aggressive without the ball. We generated so many chances. We could have scored 3, 4, or 5 easily. And when I said that it could have been 10-0, someone said that I was lying. And Mikel says, but we didn't. We scored 1, and then the credit goes to Bournemouth as well for they did a few things right. Mikel Arteta, speaking on the nerves in the second half, he said because of the quality of the opponent you play, you have to navigate through those moments. We know that if you score 2 or 3 goals in the first half, it's a different game. We didn't, so you better be able to be good at managing those difficult moments. Yeah, listen, Bournemouth, I've got to give them the credit they deserve. They came back in the second half fully fit, fully strong, and the energy. I think they had taken some Nescafe coffee or something, because the last time I was that resilient, I had taken rock boom, honestly. So they came back in the second half. They were really much better. They were sharper. They were stronger. But I like the way Arsenal dealt with the situation, and of course getting the second and third goals meant that it was game over. On David Raya's Golden Glove, the player we have decided to sign from Brentford, Mikel says, "I'm really happy. I'm really pleased. It's a huge success for the team in this league to achieve with that with a few games still to go. With the numbers we are producing, it gives you a huge foundation to be closer to winning titles and winning trophies as well." On how much the summer signings have raised the level, it says a lot. That is what we were looking for, and if you spend the money, that money, you better do it wisely in the most effective way. We are really happy with the recruitment we had. It's a big impact in the team. It raised not only the level of the team, but the level of the rest of the team as well. And you saw today we had some big performances from individuals. If you want to be at that stage, you need those performances. On Kai Havertz and his performance, Mikel says he was unbelievable. Honestly, everything he did was intelligent. His intelligence, his timing, the moves, how he keeps the ball, the way he goes to the press, how he links up play, understanding the game. He was absolutely unbelievable today. On the VAR decisions, Mikel says, honestly, I haven't seen the incidents because I knew you would ask me. The analyst asked me if I wanted to watch it, and I said no, because I can tell the truth, and I say I haven't seen it. I have seen an impression, the one on David, the foul, I cannot see because it's too far. The one on Bukayo, it is on purpose. Is it on purpose or not? I don't know. It's a difficult one for me to actually judge. VAR yesterday was kind of a disgrace, I've got to say. Ryan Christie should get a red card, honestly. He should get a red card for that high boot. David Raya's, Dominic Solanke's push on David Raya, that is very soft. That goal should stand. Yeah. For me, they were not really big of a disgrace, but I don't think they had the best day. in office yesterday. On whether the team is more mature after the last year, it says if a year ago is enough to do that, but for some it takes 5-10 years to achieve that. But yes, at the end we're trying to do the right things. On what development he has seen from Bukayo Saka. By the way, Bukayo Saka's penalty yesterday was absolutely insane. Mikhail says the level of consistency compared to last year is very similar. Probably there are some areas in the game where he's become more effective. I see a different edge from him. The way he competes, not the way he plays, but the way he competes. He loves winning more than 3 months ago or even 6 months ago. On whether he will be able to catch the Manchester City game, Mikel said he will be able to watch that. On whether he was able to, on whether he was happy with Kai Havertz's penalty decision, it says he was happy. I was happy. I saw the decision. Very happy. I was happier when Bukayo Saka scored the penalty. Of course, on Declan Rice's goal contributions, Mikel says we thought that was going to be very related to his location on the pitch and the spaces he was occupying as well. Then something else is then something to do it in this league. Credit to him. Sometimes we have changed him from position to position, and that's not easy for a player to always adapt. On whether it's difficult to decide his best decision, Mikel says yes, but that's why sometimes we have to think as well about the relationships within those units. What comes out of that, and is that better than using certain other things? And that's related to as well to the moment that the player is in the season, obviously with the opponents you're going to play as well. On how the feelings going into the last games are, Mikel says we are very excited. We have done it for 9.5 months. Now it's time to do it in 2 weeks. Yeah, so short press conference there, but always precisely on point. It's what I like about Mikel Arteta. And I'll speak to you right in the next one. Probably will not have that live stream that happens at 10 p.m. On a daily, but we might have a later upload talking about transfers and a news roundup for the Sunday. Have a nice Sunday.